Hello, my name is Martina. I'm just having nostalgic moments, and I was just going through a bunch of my raps from like 10 years ago, living in Vancouver, and then when I moved to New York, I was obsessed with hip hop, specifically like 90s hip hop. And I feel like growing up in Vancouver, I was really inspired by so many DJs that, like, local DJs, and also just DJs that came to Vancouver from like on tour or whatever, and just legendary DJs. Long story short, not even just hip hop DJs, like house DJs. I remember I saw Alan Brax, Avicii when he was like new, whatever. I'm just giving you a little spiel of the history of my music and how appreciative I am of experiencing so much music when I was younger and growing up in Vancouver. And even though Vancouver can be such a kind of boring city culturally in some ways, like it's kind of like vanilla, I'm just so grateful for just the lifestyle that I exposed myself to. And it was mostly like nightlife and partying, and there can be bad things in that world, and there was, but like from those early upbringings, I just often reflect of, I'm so thankful for like the moments of like passionate indulging in like sounds and music and people that I just like threw myself into, and they will stay with me forever. And so when I go back to listen to like and read my old poems and raps and expressions in my like, I don't know, like late teens and early 20s, like my mind was so ahead, and the things that I wrote were like very like I was understanding things at the time, like ahead of my time, but they weren't actually hitting in that moment. Like I would write things, understandings that I had that just make sense to me now, because I wasn't actually taking action on those thoughts. Like I think I realized what I could be and what I wanted to be, and like the way that I expressed myself was like what I desired in my future. And some things honestly have manifested themselves from those like expressions through words and lyrics, and in the way that I found ways to express myself and heal myself through writing and music. and so I'm just like, it's so cool to go back to when you just have like a nostalgic moment, and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna go look through these photos and see who I was. And sometimes it's fucking cringy, like some of the raps that I recorded, and like they were over hip hop beats, and like I was so inspired by mostly East Coast rap, like New York rappers and stuff from the 90s, and I would sort of like mimic their accent. And it's like, to some people it could be like whatever, cultural appropriation. I don't see it as cultural appropriation. I think it was just what I was exposed to and what I was inspired by, and it felt good in that moment, and I was sort of just mimicking people I was inspired by. So I didn't really think of it in like a way of appropriation. It came from like an innocent, really like no malice place, but I think I was trying to find my sound, and it just took cringy moments to discover myself through that. And I really wish that I found that I kept like looking for myself in that, like, I don't know, especially rapping, like, because I really enjoyed writing rhymes and kind of like poems and raps, I guess, that it just came so easily to me. Like I'd easily be able to express myself through specifically like rhyming. For a while it was very like I had to rhyme, and I really enjoyed like searching for new cadences and like metaphors and punchlines, and it was just like so exciting for me to discover that through like vocabulary and creative writing. And I don't know, I remember I used to even take like random creative writing courses, and just the whole what you do when you're younger, you're just kind of discovering and seeing what works, and you don't really think anything of it. And even at the time there was no social media. I think Instagram started in like I joined Instagram in like 2013 or something, and I mean, that was still around that time, but it wasn't like developed enough for me to be like super distracted by comparisons and things like that. So I was just like fully inspired and just like had this huge vision and excitement towards things, and just being obsessed with like certain artists, you know, like when like those new discoveries, moments with artists, when like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Nas, like I had a moment with all those like rappers. And then that's just an example of like those early 2000s, but even just like discovering like where hip hop came from in the 90s, and just like really like learning the history. And I kind of miss that youthful curiosity that I had, and like dedication to studying and discovering. I feel like with social media and, you know, Instagram developing, and then TikTok and everything, and just the way we are right now in 2025, we obviously have more short-term memory, short-term attention. So it's like, I know that I used to be able to listen to documentaries and interviews and music, like albums, like really absorb them, look up the lyrics, like study the lyrics, see what they mean, like look up their whole story, or even like later, maybe even in, like closer to like 2014, 15, 16, whatever, when like when Pharrell had his podcast Other Tone, or even OVO had their interview podcast thing, and you would just like, I remember just sitting and listening and waiting for these podcasts to drop, and like sitting, I don't know if it was summertime, like in the park, and I'd be like fully engaged, listening and feeling so incredibly inspired to the point of tears, whether that was an interview or an album. I remember waiting until 12 a.m. for albums to drop of like artists that I liked. Going to concerts alone, like watching movies. Like I just feel I'm craving the curiosity and the attention towards the things that interest me in whole, like a lot more. And I'm just paying attention to how it's moving around so much now. It's like this quick fix of like quick dopamine. Like and then it's a lot of like content that has no substance. Like there is substance in some content that we absorb, but it's not like, I'm trying to figure it out still. Honestly, it's hard for me to articulate, and I'm trying to find ways to rediscover passion and curiosity, and like having longevity in it, and creating executing better ideas for the future. Because ultimately we're here, we're going to keep going, we're moving forward. Like we need to create a better future. And I'm just speaking directly to like creative expression, and, you know, maybe specifically with music and fashion and art, writing, and I don't know, like that sort of realm, you know, and like films and everything. I just feel that I find myself sinking into this quick fix content world. But I do just want to find ways to improve this like, I want to find ways to keep quality focus in my passions, and like remember ultimately what drives me. Because I think that it is like a thing when you, obviously as you grow, things change, you know, your priorities change, people, you know, it's not, you don't always have all the time in the world to sit there and daydream and absorb interviews and music and everything. You have to like, you know, kind of spread your responsibilities a bit wider as you get older. But like, I don't want to lose that spark. And I feel like sometimes when I start losing it, a part of me starts to feel like something is like missing. And I get so excited when I like read my old poems and even just journal entries and stuff. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's like, I don't want to go too far back and be all sad about nostalgia, you know. It's like, even though those times actually they were pretty dark, like it's not like they're happy memories all the time, but they're just like these innocent adolescent creative expressions that I find really cute. I wish I have a desire to keep creating and keep discovering and finding beauty in those like confusing moments. And I guess a part of me sort of wishes that I completed more of these projects and ideas and didn't like leave them as unfinished projects, because the amount of notes and voice notes and unfinished music I have that had potential to be executed, but unfortunately due to my undiagnosed ADHD at the time, I just wasn't set up to, I don't know, complete those things due to procrastination and just like a scattered mind that just had too many ideas and too many aspirations, and I sort of just like spread a little too thin. That doesn't, you know, undermine my creativity and my ability to keep trying and finding new ways. Anyways, I am blabbing, but I basically was just listening to some of my old raps, and I kind of wanted to, I've never done this, but I kind of wanted to just like record me listening to these old raps from like 10 years ago, and just for fun. I don't know. I just want to share them. And yeah, of course, I was very young and discovering my new, just like trying to find a sound. So I feel like it's so cringy that I had like a New York accent. Although I'm good at mimicking accents, it was a little bit cringe. I just felt like I was very like, I'm from New York, I'm hip hop, like whatever. But you know what? I was just fucking trying to express myself. So whatever. Let me see what I'm gonna play first. This one, it's a J Dilla beat, and it's called Don't Crush With Me. And I remember specifically, I think I met this guy. I had like a one night stand with this guy, and he was just giving like loser vibes, honestly. Like I went to his house, and he was a bit older than me too. I think I was like 22 and he was, I don't know, older in his 20s or something, maybe even almost 30. And he just was, I don't know, just talking about himself a lot. And he like showed me a bunch of pictures of himself as a kid, and we just met, and he was like going through this album telling me how his childhood was and whatever, and the sex was lame, and he just, I think he even asked to split the bill when we went for a drink. Like I was just like, this guy's a fucking loser. And so I wrote this, okay?
Sex. Sex.
Don't disrespect me, you're fucking with the death of shitlery. I don't need you to pay for shit, I need you to give us shit. Tell me I'm beautiful, say my name. No girl around wants to play that game. We act like we're tough, but our hearts had enough for the mixed emotions a man likes to express. It's not rocket science, you don't need to stress. Money over bitches is great for motivation, but without your bitches, dicks be lacking hydration. I'm not a feminist psycho trying to prove a point. I'm a lady looking for love as I spit up this joint. Give me some love, it's not a lot to ask. Without the love, I can't give you this ass. Sick of feeling lonely, sick of feeling lonely. But if I can't feel respect from a man who doesn't get me moaning, then I'm on to the next one. Bring me back some honeys, please. It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. You wanna crush all night? It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. It's not gonna work, I'm just not that into you. You wanna crush all night? Please, tell it to your other bitch. What? Whew. So yeah, I was on one. I'm like, you know what? Don't fuck with me. I was feeling sassy, and I was feeling confident, and I was thinking, I'm younger than you, and you're older than me, and you're a loser, and you don't know how to have sex. Not that I was very experienced, but still, I just knew it wasn't it. What was I gonna do? Okay, so yeah, and then I'm just going through my SoundCloud. I think some of these are public. I think some of them I made private because they were way too cringe But yeah, so the other one, 2013, Ya Feel Me, my cousin Igor Stankovic, he made this beat, and I don't know, I think he was like producing at the time, and I asked him to send me some beats, and I wrote to this. Like, I usually would always just write raps and poems on my own just to like express myself, and then I'd like connect it musically later. It wasn't like I mean, sometimes I did freestyle on like a YouTube beat or something just to like get a groove, but it was usually just like me being a little loner in my room writing my thoughts, because that's how it went for me. But yeah, I forget this one. It's called You Feel Me. It's very like I don't know, 90s vibes. Gimmemar. Yeah. I don't rap like Nicki, I don't rap like Kim, I don't rap like her, I don't rap like him. When I spit it out, it never sounds right. Fucks with me, cause all I do is write. The voice speaks, it doesn't make any sense. Brain with ideas, but fear is so dense. A tight tap, a float, a pen on paper. I think it could happen maybe a little later. Damn, just turned 24. I'm near the quarter of a hole. Quarter of my life has taken a large toll. I'ma pay it off so I can get a roll. They say pick one, but I have two passions. I won't leave music, but I keep pushing fashion. Caught up in depression and I'm lost for inspiration. Is it me or my current location? Either way, I'm feeling mad crazy, super lazy, but I'm worth so much more. I'ma keep going till I'm out the fucking door. It's not fair, I used to always say injustice, like the courts every day. No God for me, but I do pray. Choose one, lose one, it's never quite equal. Right or wrong, shit, it could be illegal. But we're all here to share our creativity. You might not get it, but they might be feeling me. You feel me? Do you? Shit, I know you do. Your girl, you give me more. Anyway, so yeah, that was cute. Honestly, I don't mind my flow. Like, my flow in some of these was like not that bad. It was just finding myself, but it was just a bit like cringy because I was trying to sound like, you know, like black female artists or even black male artists. Like, I was so inspired by hip hop and black people that I sort of mimicked it because it felt like it was the only way that I could find a way to express myself. I couldn't find my authentic Martina Kirigia, Serbian immigrant Canadian girl that grew up in Vancouver type of voice. So yeah, I was just trying to find my groove, and eventually I found it. I mean, I'm still searching for like new ways to express myself genuinely, but at the time it was just like that's what worked for me, you know. And when I look back, it feels cringe, and I'm sure people who like met me around that time and I had those little like quirky accent moments and stuff where I was just like being me, but it felt like maybe, you know, offensive or something. I don't know. I just you can't please everyone, and there's growth is fucking cringy. Discovering yourself is cringy. So if you're just gonna stay at home and not discover yourself, then good luck. Let me see what's next. Okay. I'm just doing my SoundCloud. This is not even half of probably other cringy shit that I've done that's like in my hard drive. Maybe I'll do another video of that day, but like this is just on my SoundCloud of what I actually uploaded on my SoundCloud in those days. Okay. This is 2013 Drake 5 a.m. in Toronto beat. It's called Waves of E, like waves of energy. So yay, yay, yay. Oh. Yeah. I want to give you some motivation. Take a listen. Where that energy go? Where's that girl I know? It's been a long time and I don't know her no more. 1 year's past, 360 degrees. Scary how time flies, now people changing the breeze. 1 minute you love it, you love you, shit's cool. Next it's gone, and your brain's falling through. There are no possibilities, lacking motivation, and question your occupation. Ask yourself what you doing here, wish for salvation. The dreams you had last year give you mad laughs, cause all you think about is surviving now and tackling your real career path. Well baby, the only thing that'll save you will break you. The person who fell down will have to get themselves up too. You see it's you baby, your energy is real. I'm telling you so I can remind myself to take a breath and feel. Emotions, corny shit, but it's all the real deal. Get in touch with yourself before you pass too many years. Yeah, before you pass too many years. Nostalgia, flipping memories like cards. You land on ace and it lifts up your guard. Reminds you of the good, make you erase your presence bad. Gives you an uplift on the times you once had. They say past is the past and let it stay there. But at times it could be healthy like a breath of fresh air. Let your brain unwind, let yourself be found. Get your shit right, put up a fucking fight for what you truly love. Ask yourself why you were sent from above. It's you who got you here and you should be proud. Times will go up and down, shit will spin around. But never lose sight of who you truly are. Personality starts where comparison ends. Lagerfeld said it and it sounds so divine. Comparisons are odious, so don't let that shit intertwine. Yeah. Get it right, make yourself the best. Get up and get it so you can scare the rest. Yeah, so you can scare the rest. Wait, no. Get it right, make yourself the best. Get up and get it so you can scare the rest. Okay, so that was that. Little motivation. I always said I just wanted to be like inspired and inspire people, and I just like think I always understood that expression of creativity was just like this domino effect of like connecting and just being like understood and feeling understood by other artists. The circle of inspiration is just endless, and that's why I am so passionate about art and music and expression, because it's a endless flow. You know, humans on planet Earth, we walk around and absorb these things and people and energies and art and anything and everything, and that's what keeps us kind of balanced and going. Like, it's like we need that to survive. Like, that's how we keep going. It's like just, I don't know, it sounds really whatever. Anyways, next one, I'm gonna play this. I think it might be cringe, so maybe I'll cut this one out, but it's a Gangstar, I forget what song it is, the instrumental from Full Clip, I think, from the 90s. And yeah, I called it Restless with two dollar signs for the S's. 2013. I don't know. I think it's kind of cringe. I forget. I haven't listened to this in a while. Everybody wants money. Everybody wants power. But not everybody can get it. No? No. I'm trying to hear good music, fuck the noisy trend. Trying to hear good lyrics, fuck the top 10. All these phony accents, most of them pretend. Making up some shit to act like they offend. Wanna be on front page with a lady friend. No offense, but it's so off trend. I can't hear the shit music, when's it gonna end? I miss my little sis and no she ain't dead. She been traveling abroad, trying to get ahead. Dedicated it so when I say that I'm stuck. Fuck it, I'm crying in bed every night. Self-sorrow, it just feels so right. Blurry road ahead, but I still want more. Maybe I'll let my life first, give me the grand tour. My urges all alone, someone throw me a fucking bone. Alright, that was that. I cut out the beginning of that part because I said some questionable things that I don't think I understood, and it just cringe. Okay, New York State of Mind, Nas, instrumental. I wrote this. I was staying at my friend Emily's house in New York when I moved there in 2014. It was also just very, didn't plan out my life. Just wanted to leave Vancouver and just wanted to find something new. Bought a one-way ticket to New York. And I didn't really have anywhere to stay. I had a family friend or something, and then I didn't know anybody. I just knew that my one friend was there, and I stayed with her for a couple of nights, but couldn't really stay there longer. Anyways, so I was feeling the New York energy, and I was like, let's go, baby, I'm in New York. And I was very like hip hop, like obsessed. Just, I feel like in the 2000s, I don't know, hip hop's found weird moments over the years, but like in like 2013, 2014, we were still like obsessed with the 90s, I feel. And I feel like it was just, it was. The energy was still very like proper respect for hip hop. I feel like music has found weird ways over the years that have like almost like forgot and lost respect for the history of where the fuck music and hip hop came from. So I feel like we had more respect on like, you know, pay your dues, like research, do your thing. Anyways, so I was obsessed with Jay-Z for so long, but then I had a moment with Nas, and I was like, oh my god, he's a Virgo like me. His birthday is 2 days before mine. And yeah, I was like kind of into his intellect, and then like his story. Anyways, and yeah, New York State of Mind. I was like in the New York mood, and then I wrote my own version of New York State of Mind, like leaving my comfort zone from Vancouver and coming in, like discovering a new place and like not having a lot of money and just being like, I need to get out of my comfort zone so that I can grow. And I was just realizing this whole like epiphany of like whatever. Straight out of Van City, where the rain don't stop and dreams are put on lock. You know this. Packing it up, my bed full of roses, heading east as my time with West closes. The sound of the future keeps my goosebumps showing. I'm knowing near the end, don't it all the knowing. Let me take over the world, let me show them I'm the one. I can make you smile, I can bring on the fun. Ma said don't strip, if you stuck with money, you know we're here for it. No illegal shit, we'll get you where you need to be. Just put in work, positive mind and energy. Middle class life, too blessed to be stressed, but nonetheless, and never forget, 20 years ago we were immigrants, now we hold citizenship. New chapter though, getting paper right, putting up a fight for what I truly like. No need for 9 to 5, well most of them miserable. I want the fancy life, visual and visible. I'm a visionary, not letting it go to waste. I'll keep cooking until they know how it tastes. Styling, rhyming, spinning and grinning, trying to be winning, that's what my profile says. Now what they missing in the biz, I am that. Inspire me, I'll gravitate. Inspire you, you might relate. That's the beauty of creation, and I'm a different breed. Just like a new seed, grow a fresh crop for your eyes and ears to feed. I got the lyrics and the style, brown eyes, big smile, and I'll be here for a while, cause I'm versatile. My favorite rappers are from the East Coast. I wanna feel the culture, I wanna take a stroll, see if I can roll, about to take a flight, see where I can land. I hope it all works out, I know I will expand. Beyond the walls of comfort, life is endless. I think of New York, for the touch of success, yeah, for the touch of success. NYC, baby. This ain't no Illmatic. This ain't no mess. Oh my god, I can't. So that was that. Oh my god, I'm getting tired. Let me see what else I can play. New flavor in your ear. Also, this was like while I was in New York and I was just hearing music everywhere and I was like, I'm gonna do. Yeah, I also used to, so when I lived in New York, I was there for like almost a year. And I lived in the Lower East Side and I went to this poetry slam drop-in place called Nuyorican Poets Lounge. Forget the street. I think it was like, oh my god, I forget all the cross streets, like ABCD, whatever the fuck, in Lower East Side. But yeah, so I would go there and people would like do spoken word and stuff like that. And then so I just like was like, oh, let me see if I can read out my raps out loud. And it was really cringy. Like if I think I have one video of myself and I was like, my voice was shaking. I was like, I just feel like when I look back at it, I was this like, you know, innocent Eastern European gal just trying to find her voice and creatively express herself. And I just feel like, whatever, it is what it is, part of my growth. But yeah, I went on stage and just like wrote stuff. So I feel like this was part of my, like some of these raps came from like being inspired by going to that place and writing and like going weekly to like read out my rap out loud to this like poets lounge. Okay, anyways, this one's New Flavor in Your Ear, instrumental, and I just did my own version of it.
Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Have you screaming, give me all year. I tell you it's my year, and ain't nobody telling me different. I'm not like them, I'm different. I've been here for a minute, taking me a few years to spill some shit. Artist shit, shy shit, but now that I'm spitting this, you best be on the high, bitch. High psych, I'm not that hype. I don't get you at your seat screaming that was real tight. Like when Fox come through, she had a done the place. Give me like what? Who the fuck want race? Listen, never tripping, never catch Mars slipping. Come fly with me, get high with me. I don't really smoke weed, but you could ride with me. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Have you screaming, give me all year. Have you screaming, give me all year. Give me all year, give me all year. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Have you screaming, give me all year. Give me all year, give me all year. Pick up some girls, yeah, real pretty. Model shit, all the dudes can't resist. We never underdress, always keep it fresh. Dressing every day like we running by our ex. Go hard, like my bitch Rihanna. You know it ain't her, it's the Don Marmar, Dollar Dollar. I go East Coast hard, but never will I lose the West from my heart. Spitting real shit from the very, very start. Always keep all the rhymes fresh like organic thyme. Never lose faith, you know it's my time. I could go all night with the pen on paper, but when I have to spit it, my brain's like, see ya later. Here it is though, I'm spitting new flavor. New flavor in your ear. Have you screaming, give me all year. Give me all year, give me all year. Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. Have you screaming, give me all year. Them Jamaicans taught me to dirty wine. The black boys make me feel so fucking fine. To the Spaniards who give me mucho spice. Thanks to white folks, I'll forever dream of thinner thighs. Now I'm playing though, color ain't a thing. All I wanna hear is true words with a bang. Bang to the beat like Kanye and 04. Damn, they don't make them like that anymore. First album, Virgin, that'll make you come. Come to my show, make you wanna hear more. Collaborate with the goats, go on hella tours. Give you hella visuals that make your mouth drool. Endless goosebumps, hairs all the way up. Hearts pounding hard, your face real flush. Feeling so inspired to never give up. Never give up, never give up, never give up. Yeah, give me more, give me more.
Okay, so yeah, that was another form of me finding myself and discovering myself, my sound. Okay, I think we're almost done here. Oh yeah, okay, Invocation. This is the common song, Invocation. I forget who produced this, it might be Jay Dilla, but like I also had an obsession with Common for a while. I just felt like he was so deep and poetic with his writing and his music. And yeah, I had a moment of common woo. Anyways, so yeah, this beat, it was like about 2016. I think I was talking to some guy in the States. Like, I feel like I always had these like long distance fantasy connections that I would meet, I don't know, online somehow, on whatever form that was available online at the moment. I don't know. I just like these weird connections with people that weren't in the same geographic location as me. And I think I was talking to some guy in the States, and I think this was I forget what this is about, but I feel like it might be about this guy, even though it wasn't that serious. It was just like a fun, cute, whatever, but I'm pretty sure this is it, about him.
Da 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 da, alright. Where did you learn all them charismatic moves? Someone teach you, or you just know what to do? Practice makes perfect, and I see you had yours. You do this often with girls when you want to get in their drawers. I see you got game, and I'm falling for it. Not quick to get played, though I just want your style and your smile got me hypnotized. Obsessing over you while you look in my eyes. Why do I fall so hard for your type? You make it seem like everything's gonna be alright. I'm heading into heartbreak, I sense that shit. I fall so hard, then the dude just dips. When I play shy and throw up my guard, they try even harder, all up in my yard. I wanna tell them how sexy it is, but I gotta contain myself while I lick my lips. I play hard to get, so we on the same page. If he plays back, we both in the same game. His sexy skin tone, his American flow, I could listen to him yap till 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Listen to him yap till 5 in the morning. Those soft eyes I visualize. I see what I like, I see and I try. Opposites attracted, that's a fact. He likes his wife, I like my black. Beauty in the unknown, full of foreign spaces. Our generation mixing all type of races. Just a bit closer to some type of bliss. I fall in love with fantasy before they exist. Thoughts about you before we even met. Thoughts about you before we shared the same bed. Imagine you inside my head. The way you grab my hips and kiss me on the lips. The way we walk together, our taste and kicks. You had the right style. You love my smile. You love the way we laugh. Love the way we fuck. You chill low key and turn up at the club. Yeah. My ass is just right. Your grip makes me giddy. You know what to say, like calling me pretty. Pick me up and throw me around. Make me happy when I'm feeling down. Just what I was looking for, unique and sexy. So ambitious, you always flexing. In tune with the culture, polite and a vulture. Your honesty is great, we always relate. Communication is key, we gotta debate. Baby, you're great. Now come into my life and ask me out on our first date. Yeah. He taught me how to call him daddy, how to take it like a whore, how to say goodbye to shy girl while he fucked me on the floor. My head against the mattress, his hand around my neck. We fucked like porn stars, didn't do it for the check. We fucked like porn stars, didn't do it for the check. Didn't do it for the check, didn't do it for the check, no. No. Invocation. Gimmemar.
Woo! Yeah, so I think that was more just me expressing my like fantasy of what I was looking for, because I kind of like was always manifesting this type of man, but then it was like fantasy escape, like real life connections that related to what I was looking for, but then like and then at the end I was rapping, I think, about an experience, a sexual experience with someone. I think I might do another round of this another day. But yeah, I think that I think I just wanted to make this video because people probably already know this, but it's just that it's so important to give yourself grace to grow and make mistakes and discover yourself, because through discovery and cringy moments and things that just aren't genuinely aligned, that you find your authenticity through that. And it's like just not having the fear of being weird and wrong and like, I don't know, and then just forgiving yourself for mistakes and things like that you adjust and adapt to. That's the only way to grow. And I just feel like I'm so grateful for the curiosity to discover and express myself, specifically through music in this case. Like, I just feel that I wouldn't be me without those like whatever moments. And like maybe I never became a famous rapper, but I discovered myself other ways, you know, with music and DJing, and it flowed naturally, and you know, and singing, and it's still finding its way. That I'm like at this peak of success in any way of my definition in my head, or like things that I desire. It's a never-ending journey. I can go on about that, but I'm just reminding myself to make more mistakes and keep discovering and keep being a bit like unhinged and just like not apologizing for it and just being unapologetic and just stepping into whatever the fuck fires you up, whatever fills your cup, like just fucking get into it, and being so focused to like understand that short-term dopamine rush from like consuming. I have a freaking thing on my wall. It says choose to create instead of consume. Okay? Choose to create instead of consume. So instead of scrolling on TikTok, yeah, just even Instagram and everything, and just the way that the world's merged in the past 10 years, it's like, okay, let's find more excitement through creating. And it doesn't even have to be sharing it right away. You don't fucking have to share everything you create. Do you think I like wrote, well, yeah, some of them I uploaded maybe right away on like YouTube or SoundCloud because I was feeling myself, but like practice the art of just like sitting down with your thoughts, and when you're eating, like don't scroll on your phone, eat, and maybe just stare into the wall, like think about something. You just, all those, when I think about the way that I was writing and expressing myself, and although some of those raps might be a bit cringy, I actually think there's moments of fucking genius, moments of beautiful expression and rhymes, and it's like, it's because I wasn't as distracted then. Like my brain was functioning at a different capacity because I didn't have as much distraction. So now when we're absorbing, I'm guilty of like jumping from app to app, to screen, my laptop, my phone. Like there's always something that's consuming my mind from screens and TVs and whatever. And it's like, if I was consuming less, I would have more time to think and be bored and stare at the wall. And then like something would be brew up in my mind, and I could come up with like a couple of words or maybe an idea or a plan to like progress my life a little bit better. It's just, we're stalling those little tiny magical moments by like consuming, that we don't realize how much it's pushing us backwards over the years, and it's not propelling, you know, futuristic thinking and creating new things, planting new seeds. Like that's a whole conversation. I could probably like go off about that. So yeah, I guess this is my creating of this video, is like creating for someone else to consume, ironically, but I'm just sharing it because I feel like it's a way to remind people and connect, and maybe somebody else has cringy music that they made and they could think like, okay, sick, like we're all kind of cringe, like I don't know. Yeah, I want people, and I hope like collectively we find a way to connect more genuinely again, and I hope we can find some bliss in this world, because it's getting a bit dark and it's getting a little funky. So I guess I'm making this in hopes of connecting somehow, and I hope that I don't know, whatever, to connect, to inspire, to create, to consume, all in balance in this harmonious thing we call life. And that's why we're here, and we want to be alive, we want to be breathing, we want to be living, and we want to be finding new ways to do things so we can adapt and keep going. Because what else is the point? Like, this is why we're here. So that was my morning. I just went to memory lane and this like SoundCloud, and I was like, oh yeah, my raps. Like, you know, I go back and forth sometimes and listen to these things, and it reminds me of little epiphanies that are beautiful to take you into the now moment and just remind you of what got you here and who is this person. Okay,